Some people talk crazy online because they think nobody's actually watching. Then the camera stays rolling and the room gets real quiet. That's what today is about. We're watching what happens when the threats, the excuses, and the denial all hit the same week. Now, this first one is the energy that starts a lot of these stories.
If I'm driving on the road and I see ICE got somebody pulled over, disturbing what the fuck they doing, trying to take them out their car, bitch, be ready to bomb me out because I'm running you over. Bitch, I'm running you over. If I'm...
She said it clear. I'm running you over. That's not a joke. That's not a metaphor. A woman on camera talking about running federal agents over like it's content. And or anybody, who will participate in aid. And the account that posted it didn't even have to stress the truth. She said it. And everybody knows her face and all the other good stuff. That's the part a lot of people forget. The internet doesn't always protect the threat. Sometimes it just records it. And of course, talk is one thing. Getting in a federal agent's personal space, getting in his face is another.
How you feel? What's up? Don't look on me again. Step back. Step back. I'm on a public road.
He's not doing anything. You're saying that. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything.
You need to stand over there.
No, he's not. I'm gonna stand right here. He's not doing anything. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna stand right here. He's not doing anything.
Let me give you my other hand. Now.
That's the thing. He's not doing anything, and they told him to do something. Chicago. This is Chicago, by the way. Man walks straight up on a geared up agent and just refuses to move. Agent says back up more than once. Man stays right there. Next second, he's on the ground with multiple agents on top of him. No long speech, no debate. Just, the math of distance and compliance. You can argue with the optics later. In a moment, the body language already made the decision for him. Individual confrontations are one level. Whole work crews are another.
Can't do nothing to me, I'm black. I'm black, can't do nothing to me. Bitch ass niggas.
Can't do nothing to me. I'm black. Can't do nothing to me. Well, let the Democrats tell you. Y'all remember when Trump was going to deport black people? Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that every day at one point, right? This is Signal Township, Michigan. ICE shows up at a construction site and starts walking people off the job. Tools left where they dropped. So they got their vests on still, whole crew getting detained. The person filming isn't even yelling. He's just documenting. And the comment section is already asking the next logical question. Where's the employer? Because if the workers are illegal, somebody signed the paycheck knowing the risk. That's the part that doesn't get nearly enough airtime. Now, I want you to watch what happens when someone inserts themselves into an active operation and then tries to rewrite it later.
Leave him alone! Bro, leave him alone! That's Brandon Domino's wife pleading with ICE agents to let her husband go. The chaotic arrest here on President Street in Passaic happened Thursday morning in front of the couple's 5-year-old son.
When I got back, all he said, "Daddy, are you okay? Daddy, you're okay." And it kind of bothers a father.
A second vantage point showing the 23-year-old Patterson, New Jersey native talking to agents as that physical altercation began. Neighbors had been shouting down the officers after they arrested someone else up the street.
I told the officer, can you please just leave out of here peacefully?
But that video taken by his wife shows him struggling with the 3 officers who pinned him down.
I know that some people are going to watch this and
Yes,
say,
yes.
we see the video, you are resisting arrest.
No.
Why not just comply with the officer?
I did everything. I complied. I did everything. You know, it's just so much force you could put on somebody's back and shoulder. You know, if you're going to arrest somebody, arrest them the right way.
Domina says those handcuffs did not come off for 5 hours after he was finally released from an ICE detention facility in Newark with no charges filed.
No explanation, no water, no phone call. I couldn't get in contact with my family. I started telling them, you made a mistake. You know, I come from a patriotic background. That's what I told my arresting officer, you know, and he realized that, and his exact words were, told this captain, we screwed up. We arrested a U.S. citizen.
An American flag even flying on his family's porch. Now Domina's retained a lawyer as neighbors show their support.
What happened to people like Brandon happens every day in cities around the country. It doesn't matter whether you're documented. It doesn't matter whether you're undocumented. It doesn't matter whether you're a U.S. citizen.
This was an outrageous example of racial profiling, of brutality, and we intend to hold the government accountable.
And I've reached out to ICE officials multiple times asking exactly what they were doing here in this neighborhood on Thursday and why they chose to arrest Mr. Domina. So far, I have not heard back.
But we did hear from him directly that the officers took accountability. Well, an officer at least. What is this, Passaic? A man gets involved while ICE is making an arrest. The video shows struggles. ICE pins him. Later, he sits down for an interview and says he was racially targeted and that he wasn't resistant. But the same video is right there. His wife is on camera pleading, and I'm sure the child, the child is watching. And still, the story becomes they did it wrong, not I put myself in the middle of a federal operation. That's the move. Change the subject from the action to the feeling. Some people don't even wait for the arrest. They just post a slogan and wait for the applause.
I do content creation and I love it. But I posted a photo yesterday. And there were just hundreds of people in the comments just calling me the most horrible things that you could ever think of. That shit wears on your soul. Reading over and over again how fat and ugly I am. And how I have no worth. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I do content creation and I love it.
Now, as a content creator, I too have to understand the risk that I'm taking with putting my opinions or perspectives out online. I too deal with or have dealt with this. Just this morning, I got a strike on my channel. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at her pain. I'm just saying, this is what comes with it. She posted F ICE and expected the usual support. When she realized what she got was thousands of people defending the ICE agents instead, she's now on camera crying, covering her face and asking what's wrong with people. The comments didn't attack her for existing. They rejected the slogan. And of course, that's going to come with some, some side shots. I might have been told I got small guns and big teeth. That's a different temperature than what a lot of accounts are used to. The internet didn't just disagree. They switched sides in the replies. Now, when the street level denial, hold on, let me get this big. When the street level denial starts failing, the institutional version shows up on national television.
Your next door neighbor, New Jersey, just disclosed that 6,600 non-citizens were mistakenly registered to vote there from 2023 to 2024. 400 of them actually voted in elections since then. It is a small number compared to the 7 million voters in New Jersey, and there's no evidence that swayed any election. But this is one of the most significant disclosures of non-citizen registration. Now, Democrats have repeatedly said that non-citizen voting doesn't happen. It happened. Is this a problem?
I think that I continue to have confidence in state and local authorities in making sure that there's going to be a free and fair election in November. And if modest or minor challenges emerge, such as the one that was disclosed voluntarily by the authorities in New Jersey, that it is immediately corrected. And that's what I expect will continue to happen. Unfortunately, what we've seen from Donald Trump is that in this particular case, Republicans have adopted voter suppression as an electoral strategy because they have failed to actually deliver on making life more affordable for the American people. It was Donald Trump who promised to lower costs on day one, but we know that costs haven't gone down in this country, costs have gone up. It was Donald Trump, I believe, who said that he was elected not to start wars, endless wars in the Middle East, but to stop them, and then turned around and has gotten us involved in this reckless war of choice in Iran that has skyrocketed gas prices on the American people. By the way, it was Donald Trump who said they were going to love and cherish Medicaid, and then Republicans enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, ripping health care away from more than 14 million Americans. They have nothing to run on. We're going to run on fighting for an affordable America.
Mr. Leader, before I let
Oh, man, dollar store Obama. Dana Bash puts the number right in front of Hakeem Jeffries. New Jersey admits 6,600, non-citizens got registered. 400 of them voted. Democrats have said for years this doesn't happen. It happened. Jeffries' answer is a pivot to voter suppression, to Trump. Gas prices, Medicaid, and Iran. He never once says the registration of non-citizens is a problem that needs fixing. He treats the disclosure itself like an attack. It's not leadership, man. It's damage control. And while elected officials are doing verbal gymnastics, regular people are already saying the quiet part with no filter.
Do you consider yourself a socialist?
Yes.
Some of their policies include abolishing ICE and the Senate.
I agree with abolishing ICE.
I don't think that the Senate is currently working or doing the work that we hope that they would do.
Do you think we should abolish ICE and end mass deportations?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
How do you guys feel about extending voting rights to all permanent residents, not only citizens, even restoring voting rights to people that are incarcerated?
If you're a permanent resident, absolutely should have a say.
Yeah. If they're here illegally, isn't that a crime per se?
Not to me.
Who do you think socialism is appealing to? Like what group of people?
The people that are here looking for handouts.
I would say like liberal Democrats.
Bunch of college students. It's a bunch of dudes in their mom's basements. Never been on a date and just angry at life and just a lot of performative activism.
There's new data that shows it's highly educated with moderate income. So do you think there's a certain reason why these people are being attracted to kind of socialism and DSA?
Yeah, because they're not depending on it.
Fox hits the streets of New York and asks about socialism and the city's political shift. One guy doesn't even hesitate. It's a bunch of dudes in their mom's basement. Never been on a date and just angry at life. Now, a lot of performative activism, no talking points, no focus group language, just a man who has watched enough of it to recognize the costume. Now, that kind of answer doesn't trend because it's polished. It trends because it's recognizable. And if I'm being honest, I placed this clip in the wrong video. But I'm going to do my job. None of these clips needed a narrator to make a point, ultimately. The woman who threatened agents got identified. The man who refused to back up got taken down. The construction crew got walked off the site. And the man who interpreted his whole victimhood, who actually interfered, claimed racism, interpreted the interaction with ICE agents as victimhood, who he actually interfered and claimed racism after the video showed the struggle. The woman who posted the slogan cried when the comments didn't clap for her. And the congressman got the number put in his face and changed the subject to Trump. And lastly, a random New Yorker named the performance out loud. Now, what's consistent is not the politics to me. I think it's, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I think, like I said, it's It's not the politics. It's the refusal to stay inside the actual facts once the camera is rolling. Threats get treated like content until they have consequences. You know, how I say, resistance is getting renamed as targeting, and documented registration errors gets answered with a long list of unregulated and unrelated grievances at that. And the people who are tired of the performance are starting to say it out loud without asking for permission. That's the shift, not a speech. Just fewer people willing to pretend the evidence isn't sitting right there in the frame. Now, this one hit different. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to write unfiltered. Therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor. This is Ephesians 4:25. Y'all be safe. Please go check up somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.